In discussions on Indian history, I'm sure most of you have heard of Mahatma Gandhi, the British Raj, the Mughals, and even about Ashoka, the Mauryan emperor. But most of us forget that India is a large country with a diverse history spanning thousands of years that rival the oldest of civilizations. And as it often happens, the history of South India is overlooked. South India has a history and culture to rival those of the North, and at the center of it all, woven to the very fabric of time and Tamil identity, sits the Cholas. The Cholas as rulers are known to have existed from antiquity. The genealogy of the Chola Empire as found in the Tamil literature contains a long list of kings dating back to many thousands of years. Unfortunately, we do not have historic evidence to verify the authenticity of these texts. For example, in one version of the lineage, the founder of the dynasty, Eri Olian Vendi, is said to have ascended the throne in 3000 BC. In another instance, Chola king Kantaman, a supposed descendant of the sun and a contemporary of the sage Agastya, is said to have brought the river Kaveri into existence due to his devotion and piety. The earliest Chola kings for whom there is tangible evidence is mentioned in the rock edicts of Ashoka along with the Pandyan and Cheras. According to this inscription, the Cholas were a friendly power in the south beyond the borders of the Mauryan Empire. Little is known about the Cholas after the end of the Sangam period. Around 250 AD, the Chola kingdom succumbed to the onslaught of an invading horde. The Calabras. During the next 3 centuries that the Calabras held sway over Tamil Nadu, we hear very little about the rulers and the chieftains of Tamil region. The Pandyan and Pallava dynasties barely managed to survive. There is no mention of the Cheras and the Cholas during the reign of the Calabras, a dark age for the land of the Tamils. By 600 AD, Calabra control of the Tamil region weakened. The Pallavas and the Pandyans re-emerged and resumed their age-old quarrels. During the struggle, the Cholas of Urayur, a feudatory of the Pallavas, survived by making alliances of convenience with both the Pallavas and the Pandyans. By the early 9th century, the numerous wars had taken their toll on the Pallavas and the Pandyans. In about 850 AD, Vijayalaya Chola captured Tanjavur and the agricultural tracts along the Kaveri river from the Muttarayar, another feudatory clan. Although he didn't know it at the time, the Chola dynasty that Vijayalaya founded would rule Tamil Nadu for the next 4 centuries. Vijayalaya's family history is steeped in myths. Some claim he is from the Telugu Cholas lineage, who themselves trace their ancestry to the ancient Tamil king Karikala Cholan. Karikala Cholan is a semi-legendary king from the Chola Sangam period. It is difficult to verify Vijayalaya's claim to the throne. There is evidence to suggest that, even during the early years, there were challenges to his claim of ancestry. However, the subsequent achievements and war victories would quell internal challenges and put rumors to rest. At this time, there was a great struggle going on between the Pallavas and the Pandyans for the political supremacy of South India. In this disturbed state of affairs, Vijayalaya seems to have found a good opportunity to defeat the Pandyans and make himself the ruler of Tanjavur and the surrounding Chola country. Vijayalaya was succeeded by his son Aditya I in 871. Aditya further expanded the Chola realm and established Tanjavur as a center of power for the Cholas. He waged war with the Pallava kings for most of his reign and finally defeated them in 903, completely ending the Pallava dynasty. By the time of his death in 907 AD, the Cholas were the uncontested superpower of Tamil country. Aditya I was succeeded by his son Parantaka I. He continued the expansion started by his father. In 910, he captured the Pandyan capital Madurai. The Pandyan ruler Maravarman then sought help from Kasaba V, a king of Sri Lanka, who sent an army to his aid. Parantaka defeated the combined might of both armies at Vellore, thereby cementing the dominion of Pandya country. Towards the end of his reign, however, the Chola army faced several setbacks in their exploits to the northern borders of their territory. An important turning point was the battle at Takkalam in 949, where a Rashtrakuta king defeated the Chola army. The Rashtrakutas conquered eastern and northern parts of the Chola lands and advanced to Rameswaram. As per historians, the defeat at Takkalam reversed the substantial political gains made by Parantaka Chola in previous decades. It opened the way for a period of multiple Chola accessions and instability within the ruling family. During this time, the Pandyas revived their control of the capital and defeated the Cholas. Parantaka II, also known as Sundara Chola, ascended the throne in 957. His young son, Aditya II, was made co-regent almost at the beginning of his reign. Sundara Chola turned his attention to the south, where Veerapandya claimed independence from the Cholas. As usual, the Pandyans had Mahinda IV, ruler of present-day Sri Lanka, as their allies in the war that followed. Aditya II, acting on his father's orders, killed Veerapandya and then went on to invade Sri Lanka. Although the father-son duo managed to win wars in the south, it did not result in the re-establishment of the Chola power there. Sundara Chola's final years were marred by a personal tragedy. Uttama Chola, son of Gandaraditya, conspired to murder Aditya II and seized the crown at Sundara Chola's death in 973. When Uttama died in 985, Rajaraja I ascended the throne. Rajaraja was born in the year 947. He was the youngest son of Sundara Chola and Queen Vanavan Mahadevi. Rajaraja's rule constitutes the formative periods of Chola imperialism. At the time of his ascension, the Chola kingdom was relatively small and still recovering from the war and invasions of the preceding years. The Chola kingdom grew under him into an extensive and well-knit empire, efficiently organized and administered, rich in resources and possessed a powerful standing army. Rajaraja began his conquests by attacking a coalition of Pandyas and vassal kings. In 2 campaigns, he destroyed the Pandyas and conquered Kerala kings by attacking Kandalur and Villinam. After consolidating his rule in the south, Rajaraja assumed the title Mummudi Chola, which means the Chola who wears 3 crowns, a reference to his control of the 3 ancient Tamil kingdoms, Cholas, Pandyans and the Cheras. In 993, he launched a 3rd campaign to overrun the northern part of Ceylon, forcing Mahinda V to take refuge in the southeast part of the island. He burnt down the island's capital, Anuradhapura, and made Polonnaruwa the administrative hub of a new Chola province. In 998, Rajaraja annexed the regions of Gangapadi, Nolambapadi and Thadigaipadi. A few years later, Rajaraja solidified the borders of the Cholas in a series of battles, defeating the Chalukyas and establishing vassal states. Towards the end of his reign, Rajaraja also conquered and annexed the Maldives. This was the beginning of longer seafaring expeditions out into the open ocean by the Cholas. At his death in 1014 AD, Rajaraja had converted the Cholas from a small principality to become the most powerful Hindu state of his time, and he had set his kingdom on the path to a golden age of Tamil civilization. In the next episode, we'll continue the story of the Cholas and see how Rajaraja's son expanded the empire's borders beyond the subcontinent.